Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Rosie here, and I play Dead by Daylight, so you don't have to. Third time's a charm, ladies and gentlemen, I think is a fairly common phrase that continues to be relevant. Third time's a charm. They buffed Trickster again, right? Which I said they were gonna, which we said that they were gonna do. We reacted to the announcement of his buff, and let's go into it, okay? So let's not forget where we are right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not forget where we are right now compared to where we were, okay? Trickster dropped, okay? The fucker was absolutely fucking unplayable in the PTB, okay? He got like no buffs coming into main game. And which that was completely trash. So they emergency buffed him is when he was brought to the game because he was so bad. Okay, he was still so bad after his emergency buff. Okay, which prompted him to receive another buff in the mid chapter. So that's two buffs, and he was still awful after his buff, apart from photocard, which was the only reason he worked. And they buffed him again. Okay, and so this is the third set of changes that this character has gotten in order to like make him work. Behavior is really pushing this character. Okay, this is a character that I kind of said this when he came out. This seems like a character that, you know, was actually designed to be good. Like this was their like idea of a good character. Like it really was. And so I said like. When he was announced, I was like, you know, it feels like there is potential with this guy, and it seems like they could like want him good, but it clearly just wasn't clicking. It wasn't clicking. Okay, and there was something wrong. Now, I will continue to say that the changes that this character got is not the direction I would have taken him. Okay. The changes that he got are never gonna make him a great killer in Dead by Daylight. They're never gonna make him like viable. Okay, like the changes are not gonna make him viable. They're simply not going to do that because they lean into the 1v1 aspect rather than the actual survivor control. Okay, like if you don't have nurse/spirit levels of 1v1, but like nurse and spirit aren't just good because of their 1v1 game. They have great 4 versus 1 games too. When you're only good at the 1v1, like you're Death Slinger, and that's about it. You're Death Slinger. Now, in Huntress, but now those characters are admittedly keystone, but they're not like viable. So like the community was saying this character needs a 4v1 change. This character needs a 4v1 change, and I would have taken him in the direction of a 4v1. I think there were multiple ways to do that. There were multiple ways that could have been done. Okay, so in terms of the character's like design, I still would have went about this buff in a different way. Okay, but that being said, let's talk about what they did to improve him. Okay, and how it does so. Okay, because ladies and gentlemen, you may think me an arrogant man. You may think me an arrogant person. But there is one thing that I'm always happy to do, ladies and gentlemen. I often end my videos with me saying something like, I hope I'm wrong. I end a lot of my videos by saying that. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I end my videos with that all the time. Okay? Contrary to popular belief, I don't like to just come on here and scream about how bad the game is. I don't like to do that. I want the game to be good. It just so happens that we have to come on and complain about how bad the game is all the time because the game is just shit. The game sucks, and I want the game good. Okay. So what I'm trying to say here is that when I say I hope I'm wrong, it is always genuine. Okay. And this is one of the times that I actually believe that I was wrong, okay? The changes they gave him were actually very good at helping him out, okay? But however, I want to go over why, okay? So, first of all, the change, the 10 to 15 seconds, that hasn't really come up for me. I don't necessarily think Like, I can't, like, think of a time so far in my few games, admittedly few games, where I've played him and, like, that has come up. Maybe it will tonight. But, like, that you're not feeling that buff. The buff that you are feeling on him is the increased throw rate, okay? You are absolutely 100% feeling that 5% increase to his throw rate, okay? And the reason that you feel that, ladies and gentlemen, is that like people say this change was a nerf. They nerfed his add-on combination. Did they nerf his add-on combination though? Because of these base changes in the throw rate increase, that laceration is likely to be like a roughly about the same. Okay, he's just more powerful now. Okay, the reason that this works so well is that this character can now actually hit the survivors as they rotate around things, as they rotate around rocks, as they rotate around loops. He can actually pull off more consistent knives on them. He can do more consistent daggers, okay, because of the throw rate. When you would have chained 1, you chain 2. When you would have chained 3, you chain 5. Okay? Now this is really big. This is really big for him, that he is able to chain multiple hits, and then the other buff starts being useful now, where it's 6 now instead of 8. That starts being useful now because he can actually chain his knives together, okay? So, like, a buff from last patch that didn't actually help him is now doing a bit more for him because of this change. Like, that buff last patch didn't actually help him apart from photo card because the power was still shit, okay? Because it was virtually impossible to use at loops, it made him a dead zone punisher, which is why he used the photo card and became Bubba. That's why he did that, because he had to. It was because he was simply a dead zone punisher, and he couldn't do much of anything else. However, the consistency of him hitting daggers during rotations now means that the game has completely changed for him, okay? Now, some PC Master Race people might be inclined to argue that he could always do that on PC, and you know what? I don't have a PC, so I don't play this game on PC. I can't confirm or deny that, okay? But it is actual consistent now, okay? The character is now consistent across all platforms, able to hit while rotating. This is really, really big for him, and completely changes the chase dynamics of him, because he can now actually secure hits at basic tiles, okay? Because while he's rotating, he can score 2 or 3 hits, and then during that straightaway part, when you would actually secure about 3 to 4 prior to the buff, you're now securing an injured state, okay? Why is this good? Because it fixes his health state economy problem, okay? It fixes his health state economy problem. It fixes, like, why am I using this power? Because it's actually, like, faster now to get these injures and get these downs. It's more consistent now to get injures. Why is this good? Because it gives him access to the fucking game. That's why. It gives him access to the fucking game. His 4v1 has been improved by his 1v1 being better. Because he can get consistent injures now, if he injures you and he has like 4 blades left, he might opt to leave you and go reload and then pressure somebody else on a gen. Like, the character is now capable of rotating from survivor to survivor better because he can secure injured states easier. Okay? That is really fucking big for him. Okay? Now, it might sound like I'm giving this character way too much praise, but I'm not. It's simply how he works now. Okay? However, there is one other thing I would like to bring up here, and that's simply that I do not believe the devs when they throw in their patch notes that was all he got. Okay? Because I simply don't believe that. I have played this character probably more than a lot of people. Okay? I have really tried to make this character work. I have really tried. I have given up streams to this guy. My audience knows. My audience completely knows that I have given up complete streams to this guy where I would win like 2 games out of like 6 trying to make this fucker work. Like, I have given up hours of my life to trying to make this piece of fucking shit work. Okay? Like, when I say he's the worst killer in the game, he is the only character in the game that I couldn't find anything for. Okay? I couldn't find shit for this guy to make him good. He had legit, I was running Bloodborne, I was running all kinds of fucking crap that you've never seen me usually running to find some cheeseball strategy that could make him work. Okay? I really was. Okay? I was finding whatever cheese I could to like make this character okay. But nothing was sticking. Nothing seemed to stick the landing. But it's certainly like it's different now. I am here to tell you that he got more than 2 changes. The character is refined from a gameplay perspective. They made him smoother. They made him crisp. They made his movements more crisp. There's more power to what he's doing. Okay, and here's why I think it feels that way. I may be crazy. You might think this is in my head, but I really don't think it is. I think they adjusted his aim. I think they shadow buffed his aim. I think they made his left hand and his right hand throw to the same spot now. Maybe not the exact same spot, but like way more consistent and not as far apart from each other as they were prior to this particular patch. And why is that important? Because it makes his laser more consistent. Like that is a very, very, very insane change to his 1v1. The fact that his left hand and his right hand seem to be working in tandem now a lot better than they were previously, it makes him much more, number one, it makes him much more learnable because of the fact that his aim isn't seemingly random. Even though he has recoil, like you don't have to worry what the left hand is going to do when it recoils or the right. Like it seems to be his aim, his aim seems to be much, much, much more consistent with now. It seems to be much better. And I think that is because they refined him. I think they gave him a lot of shadow tweaks and a lot of shadow changes. Because the thing that's in the game right now was not done by simply adding a 5% increase. Or at least I don't believe that. It doesn't feel like that. It does not feel like that one bit. Again, maybe I'm wrong, and I can't prove that. So you're very free to just dismiss that. But from the amount of time that I spent with this character, he does not feel like the guy that was in the game last week at all. He feels like a completely new character. He feels like a completely new slate. He finally feels like a complete product in Dead by Daylight. This is the way that they're probably going to leave him. So, like, I would not expect any more changes on him for a while, because this is the way that they're going to leave him. He feels good, he feels much, much smoother, and he's extremely lethal now. He feels extremely lethal to the point where it seems impossible to misplay as him. He is very, very forgiving to his player now, whereas before he was very, very punishing to his player, because the player had to hit every shot and then also hope they were at the right spot to secure an injure state. Like, if you hit every spot before when he had to hit 8, you could hit every knife and still not secure the injure because of how weak the character was. Now, you can, like, hit injures, like, even if you, like, are careless. It's borderline impossible to misplay as him now. So, a lot of people are not going to like that aspect of the character, and like he kind of just is very, very forgiving. And then he also has camping, which has a new element to it. We all knew he had semi-decent camping, but like the fact that he's actually like really lethal now, like, and in addition to his camping, means that he actually might be higher on the tier list than people realize. Not because he's like extremely lethal, but because like his lethality is no better than Deathslinger's. Not least if it is, it's not by much. It's not slightly better or worse than Deathslinger's, but if you ask me who has the better camping game between Trickster and Deathslinger, who's gonna secure more kills at the hook, Trickster or Deathslinger, that is not a hard question to answer. It's gonna be the fucking Trickster. Who's gonna secure more kills at the hook between Trickster and Huntress? I don't think that's a hard question to answer either. He has at least Bubba tier camp game. Oh, and like shitslinger levels of lethality. Like that's pretty fucking insane. So did the 1v1 change help him? Yes. But was it simply the changes that were in the patch notes? I 100% don't believe that. He feels completely refined and completely refreshed. Okay? I don't know. I am happy to have been wrong about this, but that being said, I think we need to move away from this design choice, because it's not working. Like something about Behavior's design lately just hasn't been working to the point where they have to like go through such extreme ramifications to, like, fix it. Like, he was given, like, a Dr. Bubba-style rework here. Like, he really was. It really, really feels like that. So, I think that's about all I have to say on him. I predict his kill rates go up. They have finally done the changes that they have wanted for this guy. Is the complaining about to go up on him? Absolutely. You are going to see a lot more survivors complaining about him than they already are. Like, the PTB, there was a lot of bitching about him, but like, I don't think that stops, because they have transformed this character into a quite a machine. And if you don't believe me, just play him, bro. Like it's like, Rosie, you shat on this character so much. You call him the worst character in the game. Well, yeah, I may have done that, but I'm not going to deny what's in the game right now. That would be pointless and very stupid of me to deny that what's in the game right now. Is he easier, stronger Huntress now after this fucking colossal set of changes he got? It's certainly way too early to say something like that. But he's certainly going to be the most improved on my December tier list. That is for damn sure. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the hell out of here. GG's, boys. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Alright, I'm out of here.